Hello viewers, today I correct a serious oversight on this channel. You see, if anyone were to ask me, and a few times people have, to name like the best rum distilleries, the sort of premier cru first growths in rum, Neisson on Martinique would be among them. I consider it to be one of the best distillates in the world, and the older ones, if you can get a hold of them, and I haven't been able to get really a hold of, I got to try a few of them a couple of years ago, but I haven't actually been able to buy a bottle. If you can get a hold of them, they are spectacular. But to date, the only one I've actually reviewed on this channel is this little entry-level Blanc. This is their standard 50% alcohol Agricole Blanc. And I reviewed that like last year, like pretty early in the channel's history. Actually, haven't touched them since. So today we correct that error. Today I'm gonna talk about the Neisson Organic Rum, spelled R-U-M for some reason, versus R-H-U-M. You know, kind of odd and fun. And the big boy, the Neisson L'Esprit, bottled at a whopping 70% alcohol. All right, so yeah, let's kind of walk through these. Okay, so the Neisson Organic. This is a sample I traded for from actually two people. So this is another thing you run into in sample trades. You forget that you have a certain sample on hand and you trade for it again. So I actually have two different little sample bottles of this stuff. One from my friend Rachel and the other from my friend Jose. I don't even know which comes from which at this point. What this is, so it's an entirely organic bottling from Neisson, who's been transitioning to all organic practices for some time now. Probably bottled around 2020 at 52.5% alcohol. And that's about all I can think to say about it. Aside from, if you actually look at the bottle, the spelling of rum is not French. It's a little bit weird and fun. They also make a much higher strength version of this, the bio Esprit, which I've never tried, although I really want to. So this is to kind of round out the range of Neisson unaged rums along with this guy. Okay, so let's start out with the organic here on the nose. Okay, so distinctive is the word for this. The first notes I get are really sort of lime peel and sweaty socks. This feels, you know, there's a stinky side to this, which I'm kind of into, but it's definitely stinky. Hints of like fresh plastic, fresh action figure, some ash, like just volcanic ash. I mean, Martinique has a ton of volcanic soil, so that makes sense. Some of that ash is like burned flowers, though. It's like you set some violets on fire or something. There's some cheesy notes, like some camembert, brie, green tea, some grapefruit in there, along with the lime, grapefruit pith, really. Touch of salted licorice and a little bit of seawater too. I mean, it's dense. It's well made. It comes across as a little bit unlikely, which I'm guessing is just a result of the organic farming. It does feel also a little bit tight. I'm guessing this will open up a little bit with water. I have been airing this out since this morning, but water will help with that. On the palate. More alcohol nip than I expect. At 52%. I mean, that's pretty strong, but this feels hotter than that. Let me try it again. It's not a bad thing, by the way. Maybe it's more like spiciness than alcohol nip. There's a lot of spiciness in this. I'm getting, again, lime peel. Kind of like a bouillon cube note. Like, you know, little, or not bouillon cubes, not the little cheap Maggie cubes. This is more like, my wife uses this stuff called Better Than Bouillon, which is this kind of little package. You spoon out some, like, basically sort of solid chicken broth, and you put it in a... I'm getting kind of that in the palate, but it's nice. Some of it on the nose, too, actually. There's a very savory note here. Fennel, bergamot, lots of spiciness, white pepper, kind of a piney note, like liquefied Christmas trees, but nice. Some a nuttiness, but it's like a green nuttiness. It's like green nutshells, like unroasted walnuts or something, and very minerally. Lots of rocks, along with the pepper and the spice. Ash, volcano ash again. Kind of like an herbal cigarette kind of note. What is that? It's like a wet wool note. Like you have an old tweed jacket and it kind of gets wet in the rain. You just kind of, you know, stick your mouth on it, that kind of thing. And kind of that floral character, but mixed up with ashiness. So sort of, you know, flower ash again. Again, dense, interesting, extremely well made, kind of weird, kind of out there. I like this. I'm going to give this a squirt of water, see if it opens up a little more. Let's see if that's good enough. Actually, I'm going to give it a couple more drops. Okay. All right, moving on to the Rhum Neisson L'Esprit Agricole Blanc, bottled at a whopping 70% alcohol by volume. So I don't think this is exactly still strength, but it's close enough that I don't really care. This is, if you're curious, this is lot 18/267, made on, what is this? July 26, 2018. It also comes with this very cool little carrying bag. Look at this. How great is that? All right, here we go. So really, really close to still strength Rhum Agricole. Get ready to call the fire department. Here we go. On the nose. It's very nippy, as you would expect for something like this. It does feel kind of closed off, as you would expect from something like this. But I'm getting a lot of grapefruit soda. Not ting, it's more the jarritos, the stuff from Mexico, that grapefruit soda. A lot of wet rocks, a lot of white pepper, the ashy note again. Fresh lime, like all the parts of the lime. Like we're getting the pith, the juice, the seeds, the zest, all that. That kind of like herbal cigarettes kind of note again. That's back. Some seawater, some sweet tarts. You know, the little candies that are kind of, you know, sweety sour. Kind of like almost a candied flower note. Like, I suppose there are flower candies out there. I've never had them, but I imagine this is what they would smell like if I smelled one. And then the ashiness, the tar, some licorice. But despite the sort of ashy, you know, weird notes, this actually comes across as quite clean. It comes across as more, let's say, traditionally clean than the organic. All right, on the palate with this monster, again, get the fire truck ready. Ooh, hugely peppery. Tons of freshly ground pepper. Like pink peppercorns. Spicy even beyond the alcohol nip. But at the same time, it's very creamy in my mouth. You can tell like why this stuff ages really well. Sweet tarts. There's some like just gorgeous, perfect lime stuff again. All the parts of the lime again. The peel, the juice, the pith. Yeah, the sort of grapefruit jarritos note again. Lots of ash, lots of rocks, lots of brininess, lots of seawater. A touch of like absinthe in there. Yeah, can't nail it down further than that. Maybe white absinthe versus the green stuff. And the pink, I mean, the pink peppercorns are really dominating the palate on this, along with the creaminess. Tar, kind of a burning plastic, but nice kind of note. Floral stuff, that sort of floral candy thing I was getting again. Okay, so this is, let me say first off, this is actually extremely drinkable neat and extremely like delicious neat. You do have to go slow. But the fact that you know, I mean, it shows how well made this is that I'm not even flinching, you know, having this at 70% alcohol. That being said, it's not as uncommon as you would think, actually. You know, every single review you will read of something over 65%. Not everyone, but a lot of them will say, "Hey, this is more drinkable than I thought it would be." I mean, it's actually kind of normal. There's like I don't know, some kind of curve. You get the difficulty of drinking higher proof stuff decreases as over time. I mean, once you get past a certain level of proof, it sort of, you know, logarithmically decreases. Anyways, point being, this is very drinkable at proof. It does feel a little bit closed still, like the organic. So I'm going to give it some water, see if that helps. I know this is going to take at least 5 squirts. I'm expecting more like 6 or 7. Let's see. Nope, I can go more. Let's go like 1 more. See if that worked. Ooh, still not there. All right, I'm afraid to add more than that, so let's leave it at what, 6.5. All right, back to the organic RUM. Now it's had a little bit of a chance to settle down, kind of figure itself out. All right, on the nose, on the organic, and now with water. Oh, that's fun. It's very sort of stinky, kind of funky, barnyardy. It reminds me a little bit of like bready red wine from the Languedoc in France. I'm getting in that kind of character. I mean, it's really interesting because it's like I'm getting these beautiful Agricole rum sorts of notes. The fruit is fantastic. The lime, the grapefruit, the rocks, the ash, the floral notes. But like, there's a big stinky barnyard right next to it, and I'm kind of digging that. It also brings out a little bit more of the sweetness. It feels a little bit more candied, a little more like the burned flowers from before are still there, but it's kind of brought out that flower candy note, which I'm beginning to associate now with Neisson. I mean, it is odd, but it's very, very fun. On the palate for this organic, now with water. Oh, that's very good. So it becomes, with water, this becomes more creamy. At the same time, more sort of briny, seawatery, and kind of brothy, bouillon-y. So that sort of better than bouillon note kind of comes back even stronger than before. I was expecting this to get sweeter following the nose. It really hasn't. It's really stepped forward with a sort of seawater and bouillon sort of note. Oh, but it's hard to object to any Neisson on the mouthfeel. These just feel nice in your mouth. Long finish, going way, way back in my mouth, covering my entire palate. You know, present. It gets like also with water a little bit more cooling and herbaceous on the finish. I feel like I just bit into some sprigs of like fresh garden mint or something, or menthol, more menthol than mint. Very refreshing, very kind of thirst quenching. I like this a lot. The only problem is I don't think I quite like this as much as the regular 50%. I admire this because it's taking those sort of some steps outside of what the norm I expect from Agricole rum. The sort of stinky barnyardy notes on this are priceless and absolutely well worth your money. But I'm going to give this an 87 out of 100, which is, and I think I gave the regular Blanc like an 87 plus, something like that. So right up there with you know, the best of what Nissan makes. Just you know, I just like the regular Blanc a hair bit more. It has a hair bit more vividness and sort of pure Agricole rum kind of thing. Does that make any sense? That probably doesn't make sense. Anyways, 87 points, very good. Moving on to the L'Esprit. Now with some water in it. Hang on, I should probably cleanse my palate before I try this again. All right, here we go. 70% brought down to the 40s somewhere, I guess. Here we go. Ooh, that's different. So with water, this becomes suddenly much, much, much spicier than it was before. We're still getting the grapefruit soda kind of thing, and the lime and the minerality, but suddenly there's a lot of like cinnamon cardamom. So you're kind of taking a bunch of cinnamon and cardamom, taking like a fresh slice of lime and sort of pouring all of your sort of spices all on your lime and then smelling it. That's what I'm getting. And there's like this just gorgeous fruity smoke kind of thing. Like you set some fruit and some flowers on fire. It's just very floral, ashy, citrusy, rocky, and you know, smoky. Oh, that's a lovely nose. I cannot get over the sort of Christmas spicy kind of profile going on here. That was not there before. Okay, on the palate. No debates. No debates, please. This is one of the greatest distillates in the world. This sort of, you know, high proof, close to being, you know, straight off the still Neisson. This is terrific. So it's, again, very creamy, very mouth coating, even more so than before. The pink peppercorns are singing. There's some curry going on in this, like a green curry kind of thing. But then you're combining that, oh God, it's just develops beautifully in the mouth and just hangs and hangs and hangs forever. You're going to combine your spicy creaminess with some limey, grapefruity perfection on the side. It's just stunning. Okay, alongside your sort of fresh, beautiful citrus, you're also going to throw in some like smoked citrus, some lemons and limes and grapefruits you set on fire, and also some like fresh, what is that? Like fresh Carolina bright leaf tobacco. So just throw some of that in your mouth. Well, okay, drench it in seawater, and then throw it in your mouth. Yeah, in this genre of, just classical Agricole Blanc, this is very, very hard to beat. This is absolutely terrific. It is bordering on perfection. I would give this 90. I don't want to get up to 91, but it's very darn close. I'm going to give this a 90 plus out of 100, and recommend it with all my heart. Go buy this. Terrific. 90 plus out of 100 for the Neisson L'Esprit. And it really makes me want to try the organic version, the bio. Absolutely terrific. These folks are doing magical things down there. Again, as I mentioned before, they're independently owned. So if you want to support anti-colonialism and all that stuff, go give these folks your money. Very well done, extremely well made. Kind of the state of the art in this style. We got so again, for the standard Neisson Blanc, 87 plus. For the organic, 87, and a 90 plus for the L'Esprit. Terrific. That's about all I got to say. Thanks for watching, and cheers.